Hey everyone, welcome to episode 6 of Silver Lion. Before we start this episode, I just wanted to encourage you to please come and join my free online Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 community, where we host all sorts of fun, casual games and activities. You will find the invitation link for that community in the description for this video. So please come jump over there and check it out. We'd love to have you. So when we ended the last episode, I promised that we would work on the parking lot, which is exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and get started with that. I know it's nothing exciting, so I'm sorry about that to anybody that's a little bit let down. However, we do need to get that started here, as it's just been sitting for now 6 episodes, and we can't be ignoring that this entire time. After that's done here, which still probably won't finish it, but I'll at least get most of the groundwork done on it, we're going to go ahead and change up a little bit of details here and there. I got a different table style that I want to use on everything. A little bit of trim work here and there. Some lampposts, benches, etc. And then I'm going to be building a food court of types, like an open air outdoor food court. Things like fried food, slushies, sodas, etc. And then what I'm going to do after that is lay very basic groundwork for this new area over here, that dragster area that we were talking about. That's going to have like go-karts, drag racers, car memorabilia, etc. I've got some good ideas for that. It will be a pretty large section of the park. I will need to expand the park, so that's going to be something that'll take quite a while to finish, but I will definitely get that started. Doesn't mean that any ride will technically get built, but it definitely will be something I get started as well. I'm also going to be working a tiny bit more on the Main Street area by building probably a corner theater right here. Maybe another small building here. I haven't really planned out a lot of this just yet, but I don't want to be leaving that for too long. But I'm going to go ahead and get started on the time lapse. If you guys have any questions, reach out to me on Discord. Alright, sorry, so that was a pretty long pause between narrations there. I really do apologize about that. But let's kind of just run over a little bit of what I've already done. At which case, then, I'll tell you kind of what my plans are here. So, I did, first, I completed the parking lot. And like I told you, it wasn't going to be anything grand, so I built a very basic parking lot. Multiple lots here. I put in the same light posts that I had over here. I had to adjust a little bit here. However, like walking over these pathways, as you see, they don't connect here because it just looked really weird. I've added in these crosswalks and also this drop-off point, where you can have people pick you up and drop you off, where you have all the benches waiting. I didn't put any arrows in. I just figured it looked way too crowded, so I just went ahead and left it like this. It is just aesthetic. It's not really functional at all. Now, this right here will be the entrance into the actual back-end employee area that will connect with all the back-end area that's completely invisible to people walking through the park, just like you would see at any kind of theme park. Now, this will be kind of like a guard's gate. They'll have like a gate here that you'll have to go through with your employee pass or whatever it is. Employee parking lot will be here, and then this will be some employee buildings. Might even become like a warehouse, kind of like a generic warehouse where just initial deliveries get made. And then I also have a couple other plans as well, but what it's going to be is this corner here. I kind of want to make it like an old style theater with a theater ride in it, so it's actually functional. A lot of lights and like the overhang, etc. I may or may not get to that to this episode today. I'm not 100% sure. I did correct this this fountain here, raised it up, made just one fountain. I enjoy it a lot better. I think it looks better, so I'm going to leave it as is. Then I went ahead and I built this this booth here, which is a slushie booth. So it's where you can buy mixed drinks, slushies, etc. I think it fits really well with the boomerang roller coaster, kind of hidden between here, which this will be some back end area back here as well. As you can see, it's got like a dumpster back here, like an employee walking around. I'm not sure how I'm going to connect this to the rest yet. I may just have to kind of like burrow it underneath the coaster because it doesn't make sense to have a loading dock and not being able to get like a car to it. So now on the slushie. On the Slushie's booth itself, you'll see that I have like these colorful blocks here that kind of overlap a bit. They're kind of glitchy a bit, so unfortunately I couldn't really find a way to fix that. But the idea is like these are like the different mixed flavor drinks that the employees behind the bar fill and pass to you. Then you got these really colorful seats right directly in front of it as well, so you can get your drink and you can sit down and enjoy it while you're watching the coaster in the park. Now, another thing I want to do as well, once again, like I'm not sure if I'm going to get this done during this episode, is I have a row of buildings right here that I have planned that I want to add in. They should fit really well to the actual plaza itself. I'm not sure if I'll get to it today, as I'm already so far into this episode, which is what I've done. But one thing for sure that I'm going to do is I'm going to at least lay some groundwork, which I might do right away after this narration. I might go ahead and lay some groundwork for that Speedway that I was talking about. And if you forgot what that is, it's going to be go-karts and like a speed drag race ride, warehouses, car memorabilia, flags, all the above. It's going to be just like a back alleyway of racing, etc. I don't know exactly how big it's going to be right now. I kind of plan on it being about this big, but honestly, it'll probably end up being just like tiny. It'll kind of be hidden behind everything. So I'm going to at least, color code the ground, figure that kind of out. I may or may not even start building on that, but at least I'm going to get it started. This isn't going to be an area that I really want to sit there and just heavily focus on. It's going to be something that while I'm inspired to work on it, I'll get over there and I'll do it. But I also had an idea over here as well. I kind of want to build. I'm thinking about building a lake right here with like a train ride around it, where there's going to be caged animals, different increments around it that you can go through and see, kind of like a child's ride, nothing too crazy, like a Wild Kingdom kind of ride. And then right here, I'm thinking about building some kind of coaster that kind of angles up like this, kind of like a right angle almost. And I'm thinking it might be an RMC coaster, using the new RMC ride that's been built out in the community. I cannot remember his name. It's honestly just a bunch of numbers and letters, so I'm sorry if you're watching this, but I will credit you when I build it. If I build it, that is. I was thinking about the RMC coaster there with a couple of buildings and shops and stalls in it as well. And like I said, that lake right here. So I'm going to go ahead and get started back on this. I'm going to go lay some groundwork for this just so that it's laid, and then I'm going to try to get to this corner building here and some of these buildings here, maybe a few more details. But yeah, let's go ahead and get back to this. Alright guys, so I've completed this building, which is all I'm going to be doing on the plaza for the next little bit. The next episode I may do 1 or 2 more buildings on here, really mattering on what I decide to do with it. There are still a few details that need to be fixed. The back area here needs to be kind of barred off. A couple little details here and there, and also some of this clipping I need to work with, which I'll do probably off screen. Now I may add some like benches and trash cans in here, and I'm not really sure what this building is going to be used for yet, but it will be functional. As you can tell, I have the pathways laid down for the guests. Now I used a lot of real life references with this, so I can't take full credit for it. However, I'm very pleased with it, so I'm going to leave it as is. Now, I did lay out a lot of groundwork for 2 major areas on this park. So the first one here is that Speedway that I was talking about. To kind of give you a rundown of how this is going to work now, obviously this is all subject to change. The yellow is pathway more or less, so I'm thinking the path is going to kind of curve up and around here into the rest of the park. But these red parts are buildings, so these are going to kind of be like warehouses, and like you can enter through this side and this side into them, and they're not really warehouses, they're actually going to be like souvenir shops for like the Speedway itself, where you could buy souvenirs for the area. Now over here, this green piece is going to be a drag racer. I don't know. Those are pretty rare to find in theme parks, and I'm pretty sure that it's possible to do them. I still got to do some research on that, so that could change definitely. But basically, it's just where 2 drag racers just race down and then they get pulled back. The entrance will enter through here. Then around here, we'll have a couple of like shops and stalls. You can go around completely, like ice cream or whatever you would actually have there. Like funnel cakes probably would be a good one, because this checker area is going to be the stadium seat, so you can look at both sides. You can watch this one, or you can come to this side, because this side is going to be go-karts. And so what will actually end up happening here is they'll go around here, they'll cross over and go up and over the other path, which comes down. Then we'll have a warehouse here with like a docking station where they can repair them and whatnot. So that'll be the Speedway. It'll kind of be hidden behind everything. Like I said, I may build some buildings up in here to kind of block the rest of the view. And then this section over here, this green area is going to be a coaster of some sort. I was thinking an RMC coaster, but I may change that as well, as I haven't decided. The yellow is once again the pathway, which will curve up and around here, and we'll have some buildings kind of built into the actual coaster itself to kind of hide a lot of the supports and whatnot. And this purple area will be a lake, so it'll kind of cross over here with a bridge for the pathway itself. And then I'm going to have a train going around the lake itself, and it'll be like a Wild Kingdom ride. So these red sections here are going to be like cages with animals in them, so you can kind of go around and see it. And I'll put a lot of foliage up to kind of block a lot of it as well. And then you'll have a bridge going over the train and the lake here, which will actually kind of branch off to like a pier type of thing. And then I'm going to actually build a shoestring a wave swinger ride right here to kind of sit on the lake itself. And I'll put some like fountains in there. I really feel like this area is going to be really nice, but they are 2 really big projects, so that's really what I'm going to focus on the next few episodes, if not more than a few, is this section and this section, kind of bouncing back and forth, as well as obviously trying to complete this plaza area, trying to get some more work on it. Now, we did complete a lot of the we started a lot of the back end infrastructure here. We completed the parking lot, but yeah, I'll get this completed as well throughout the next few episodes, just so that everything's done and tidied up, and then we'll move from there. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this episode. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't. Come join us on my free RCT Discord community. I'll have all the links in the description below. But thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will see you next time.